Hello everybody. Oh my god, can you see the horror on my face? So that's much better. Sorry about this. Hello everybody, Steffi here from The Makers, and you're here to make one of these little needle felted turtles. It's quite an easy project, so suitable for total beginners. All you need is wool and pipe cleaners, basically. Obviously, we've used the brown and the green wool, and what's more, we've used it from our kit. So if you've got our kit, you can actually make two. However, I should also just say that it's the end of our summer kit season, so this one is no longer for sale, but maybe you were lucky to get one. We do sell the PDF, however, so if you wanted to see the step-by-step instructions, then you can also pop onto our website and purchase the PDF. And that goes for pretty much all of our projects. We have a whole library. You wouldn't believe how many PDFs we have that you can have downloaded straight into your computer, and you're ready to go from home. Right, let's say hello to some of the lovely people who are here. We've got Erica is here, and of course Alicia is here. Sorry, I'm starting in the middle from reading the comments. That's never good. Alison is there. Oh, she has to watch later because the grandson has just arrived. Never mind. Talking about later, remember you can always watch this on Thursday at 7 p.m. in the same week that we're live streaming it on YouTube. And before I get myself organized to see who is in the house today, I will also just tell you what today's price is. As always, with our live streams on YouTube and on Facebook, you can win yourself a £15 gift voucher. And what we want you to do today is to tell us all about your favorite coastal place to visit. What's your favorite spot? And I've got to sneeze now. No, I don't. Ah, it's gone away. Sometimes when you say it, it goes away. Oh, the mysteries of physiology. No idea why it does that. Anyway, tell us about your favorite coastal place to visit. This goes today, which is the 9th of August at 1 o'clock, obviously British Summertime 2022. And you can do it again on Thursday, the 11th of August, over on our Facebook page, The Makers with 2 S's, at 1900 at 7, that is PM British Summertime as well. Okay. Right, let's go back to who is here today. We have got Olga is there, Diane, hi Diane, Lorna, Melanie, Jennifer, Ashley, Rachel, Tina is there, Elaine, I mentioned Erica already, Marion, Angela, hi Steffi, Alicia and Fluffrance. Work has been getting in the way of my felting time recently, so glad to be here today for some cute turtle time. Oh, nice to see you here. Vampire Venom is here. Sam, hello, hope you're keeping cool in this heat. Well, in my workshop studio, it's actually really cool because the door, which is also the window, faces out to the north. So I get very, very little sunshine, which is lovely in the summer if you need a cool spot. So I'm all right, but I don't know about the rest of you. Carol is there. Kathy and Susan is there. Charlotte and... Oh, Vampire Venom says she has the turtles coming and the starfish. Hopefully we'll get the rest next year, or the PDFs at least. So basically, good clue, cue even. Thank you, Vampire Venom. So you can get a lot of these seaside kits from our website, and they're all in the sale at the moment. I don't know what's still available. I know the turtle is sold out, but you can get the starfish, makes 2 starfish, and there's a tutorial already on YouTube. You can get the octopus, makes 1 octopus, also available on YouTube. The seahorses, oh, one has fallen down. I don't know if we've got that kit still available, but you can make a pebble with 2 seahorses on it. And what else have we got in this range? I think that's the seaside range, or under the sea range, or whatever you want to call it. But of course, we've also still got our holiday mouse, who is definitely getting rather pink in this sun. She needs to put more sunscreen on, certainly needs to wear her sunglasses, either very fashionably on top of her head, as I do, or she needs to just pull them on her eyes and keep those safe. And she can also read a book. All of this comes in the kit. You even make her sun lounger, and you get all the accessories as well. So watch out for our reading accessories as well, because we will be selling some of these little glasses, not sunglasses, because you make them, you add bits to it to make them into sunglasses. And the book, they will be listed as an reading accessory pack, or whatever you want to call it, no idea. And of course we've still got the gardening mouse house. Also talking about mice, my words are not coming out today, I don't know, so half my words come out half in German and half in English. Is kind of a weird concept. Right, we have got V in the house, and Diane, another Diane. Charlotte, I live on the northwest coast and honestly just love going for walks on the prom beach where we are. Oh, here we come. Already comments coming in. Marilyn is there. Hi from New Hampshire in the USA. Sarah, hello from Robin Hood's Bay, or maybe that's her favorite place. I love going to Gwynedd where the mountains meet the sea. The caravan site we stay at has acres to the had access to the beach. See, I tell you, something's not working today. And we can see the castles in Snowdon. Okay, we're getting all these seaside favorites already. And Bridget in Australia says, it's cold here. Yes. I'm sorry, Bridget, but we will get it soon. The days already get shorter. It's quite scary, but we're sending it all your way now. Bridget says she loves the holidays mouse. And of course, talking about the holiday mouse, make sure you go onto our Facebook group and enter the competition. All you need to do is take a photo of your holiday mouse on holiday, of course, wherever you might have been, even if it's a staycation. If you stay at home, then that's fine too. Just take a photo of the holiday mouse on your day off or something like that. Right. I need to get on with making this turtle, otherwise we won't get done. So what I've done is I have actually taken all the contents out of the kit. So in the turtle kit, which makes 2, you get the instructions, you get 2 pipe cleaners, a whole range of wool here. This is our green variegated, this is the hair brown, the Portuguese merino, then this is the black dyed wool, and you get the bleached white Australian merino here as well, which you can't see because it's too far. Of course, you get a felting mat in your kit as well, and you get 3 felting needles. Now, I'm not going to use these because I have plenty of felting needles and a felting mat. I'm going to use my well-used earth mat. I did clean it earlier, and it was really, really contaminated with fibers, but I'm sure I can scrape a few more off. If you want to know what I'm using here, this is the brush that's perfect for the earth mat if you want to take excess fibers off. It never completely turns back to that creamy white, but it's good enough to use it again. And of course you can use it from both sides, so you can also clean it from both sides. And yeah, it's definitely an all-time favorite and best-selling product on our website. Right, so let's have a look. Now I've got a confession to make. This is the first time ever I am making something that I've never made before or even attempted, and I haven't even looked that thoroughly at the instructions because these instructions were not written by me. So I'm going to be you for a change. Okay, I'm going to be you. So let's have a look. I've got all my stuff here, and now I'm going to make notes in the instructions in case they need changing as well. So you, before you start, you have enough materials to make 2 turtles, so separate all your wool fibers into 2 equal piles. You will use 1 pipe cleaner per turtle. Makes sense. So half of the black, half of the green, half of the brown. This is not especially a science. You just do it sort of by eyesight, and you don't have to force it. The wool is quite happy to get broken in half if you do it gently and just let the fibers slither away rather than severing them. Right, now I've got my half here, and obviously I've got 2 pipe cleaners. I only need 1. Take your pipe cleaner and bend it in half, which I am doing here with. There. Bend it in half, and then cross the ends over in the middle. So roughly this is the middle. Cross it over. Twist the two parts tightly together in the middle for about 1 centimeter. Okay. I'm actually quite nervous. And leave about 1 centimeter for a shoulder, and then bend each end backwards to form flippers. So from here, from the bend to there, about 1 centimeters. If you need to know what 1 centimeter is because you can't gauge it by eye, then remember that on all of our instructions on the left hand side, we've got a tape measure, so you don't need to worry about having one that measures in centimeters. Maybe you're an inches person. Okay, so then obviously I've done that on the other on both sides. So now I've got this almost turtle looking. Let's just look at the real thing. You can see where we're going with this, right? So that's good to have the one next to it. I have that luxury. You may not, unless you've made the second one. Now take a thin wisp of your green variegated wool, which is this one here. A thin wisp is usually where you try and split it so that the fibers are sort of lengthways as much as you can with a wool bat, because with a bat all the fibers are crisscrossed. It's not as straightforward as with a top, but this will do. And then you take a thin of the wisp of the green variegated wool and wrap it tightly around the end of the pipe cleaner. So this includes the 1 centimeter bend by looks of it. I'm going by the photos. So I'm wrapping the wool around it. Now I know already that when you wrap wool around a pipe cleaner, you have got to do this flat like a ribbon. So this is probably something I would want to change in the instructions, that it doesn't actually give you much of an idea how you wrap the pipe cleaner for those of you who've never done it before. So pipe cleaners and wire, when you wrap them with wool, it has to be done flat like a ribbon and really tight. So you go all the way to the end. It's a bit too much wool there, until we're not bending the end in by looks of it. So I've wrapped that now nice and neat, and I'm going to repeat this on the other side. So whenever you are wrapping wool around the pipe cleaner and you run out of wool, which I have done here now on purpose, remember that you start to wrap the wool again in the same direction as you did the previous batch. So this was going, I have to remind myself now, yes, that way. So you need to wrap it in the same direction as you did before. Is that even the same direction? I started, sometimes it's hard to remember. Okay, I think, yes, it is. Yes, that's what I did. So I'm just going over this again. Wrapping the wool in the same direction as the one below the layer. That helps with keeping the wool tight against the pipe cleaner. Otherwise, you're unwrapping the layer underneath. So I have now wrapped both ends. It's actually quite hard to go all the way to the end without seeing sort of a white tip here, but I trust that it didn't have to it didn't have to be bent in. And we also need to wrap the middle part of this. So there's nothing wrong with you having to bend the pipe cleaner just slightly out of the way. The only warning I will give you is that the extra strong pipe cleaners, which I'm using here, they're extra strong in that they are quite stiff, but they do break also easily. Right, so I've done the middle bit here now as well. Bend that back again. So this is what it looks like now. So the next step is you put some green wool aside for the back flippers. So it doesn't say how much, but I'm just going to go by this. Okay, there. I am actually going to make notes on these instructions. Sorry, just need to write this down to add some more details into these instructions for next year, because we are improving all the time. If ever you have feedback, we do want to know it. And then so this is I've put to one side, and now I am and then I take a pinch and lay one of the sides on the pipe cleaner, lay one of the sides of the pipe cleaner on it, fold the pinch of green in half to trap the wire or the pipe cleaner inside. So we're making these fins now a little bit larger. So I'm laying this like that, and then I am folding this over. Now the wire is here on the edge where the bend is, because that is definitely, yeah, I can feel it there. So that is something that you need to make sure you have in place. And now you're going to felt this down. It doesn't say which needle. No, it does, with your medium needle. That's it. Okay, with a medium needle. So follow the wire, and you also have to make that shape into sort of a larger fin. So obviously you have to sculpt that batch of wool that you've just laid out so that it looks like a fin shape. So it is lucky for me that I can see a finished turtle here. That definitely helps. And what will help you is see me do it. So you felt this down, following that shape. When you felt anything flat, you have to take it off and turn it round and felt it from the other side as well. And I need to just taper the end of that fin here a little bit. So the challenge is not to stab straight into the pipe cleaner, but to keep it nice and neat, and shaping that fin so it's a little bit rounded here at the edge. There. Okay, so if you hit the pipe cleaner, just be prepared to instantly withdraw. But it looks like one fin. The shape, the rough shape is there now. It needs to be refined, and I'm felting it also. I don't know how much I'm attaching it. I'm going by the pictures, not very much onto this centimeter bit here. But I'm felting it down. I'm doing less deep stabs now because I want to neaten it up rather than felting it quickly together. And whilst I do this, I'm just going to go on the big screen again, show it to you. So this is what it looks like now. It's got one flappy flipper here, and one of the other things that there's a lot of things I want to share with you today. So whilst you're catching up, I'm going to talk about some of the other things. So first of all, let's have a look. The next live streams, let's talk about this. So we've got the fairy circle coming up. That is the August fairy box. I'm going to show you how to make one of those little delicate fairies rather than all 5 or 6, but I have seen amazing production lines of fairies happening already on our Everyone a Maker Facebook group, namely Tina. She is already fully stuck into making all these fairies. It is quite an industrious box this month, so you're gonna have to get your skates on and get those fairies done, but we can do it together on Tuesday the 16th of August at 1 o'clock, and then of course it gets repeated on the 18th of August at 7 o'clock over on Facebook. That's all British summertime still. And then we've got the Phoenix coming up on Tuesday the 23rd of August. That is a project from the Making Fairy Folk book, and I can show you the Phoenix in the book in a second. And then, would you believe it, on the 30th of August we already have got the unveiling of the sub boxes happening. I cannot believe how quickly that has happened. And I have got, where did I put the book? I've had it already. There it is. Here's the book. So the Phoenix is out of the Making Fairy Folk book. If you buy this book from the makers, you get a signed copy, signed by me, written by me. And the Phoenix is in the back where the element of fire is. So the fire part of the book looks quite dramatic. But there's the Phoenix, and we will be making that together. There are some other projects in that fire part, namely the fire fairy and the flame fairy, but there's the Phoenix. There you go. And of course there is a whole description of what you need. Mostly you need pipe cleaners and bright colored wool tops, and also some wool bats to make the body. And that's yeah, that's basically it. Did I mention a pipe cleaner? You need a pipe cleaner, one extra strong pipe cleaner. So that's all the boxes coming up. I'm now going on to the second flipper. So I'm going to repeat this. I think I just need to put a bit of wool to one side. So lay it on top of the wool batch so that the pipe cleaner is in that crease that you make. So it's in that bend of the wool. And then you just shape the flipper. Now that you've made one, you want to make the second the same size, obviously. It's quite a hairy wool. And what I would say is, once you have done sort of most of this felting, I would go over it with a fine needle to refine the surface so that it becomes a little bit less hairy and a bit more smooth, as you imagine flippers of turtles to be, rather than them being hairy. Remember to felt this from both sides. So at the moment it feels really fluffy and furry. But what I'm going to do is I'm using a medium needle at the moment, as the instructions have told me to do. There is a fine needle in the kit, so you can make use of that fine needle. But it's the surface that I'm more sort of interested in refining right now. So I'm going to go to a fine needle, which I'm trying to find. Have I got one here somewhere? Oh, it's just my luck that I haven't got one here, or I don't know that I've got one. So I might have to open the little envelope and take some out, which is fine. So if you get one of our kits, usually what you will find is that the shortest needle is the finer needle and the longer needles are the coarser needles. The very longest needle is a coarse needle, the medium length is a medium needle, and the shortest is the fine. That's how it works. So you could actually refine the shape of these fins a lot more. And in fact, I also think it says on the instructions that you are working into the sides so that you really take care of these little fluffs of these fluffy fibers. It doesn't, however, say you should go to your fine needle, but I would say go to your fine needle. So I'll make a note of that as well. I'll write that down. Use fine needle. So the purpose for this is now that you are getting the surface to be less fluffy. So you're stabbing it, very shallow little stabs, barely into the other side, and do this on both sides, but also get the edges to be neater. This is where you've got to watch your fingers. If you've still got a little bit of the white pipe cleaner poking out like I have, then just take a little bit of the green wool and cover it up. And work your way around it. So there should be no pipe cleaner visible now on the fins. Has anybody ever seen real turtles? The last time I saw some was on a holiday in Turkey, where we wondered what these strange contraptions on the beach were, and it was literally almost like a road traffic barrier. And it was to let us know that on this beach where people would hang out and go swimming in the sea, there were turtle eggs in the sand, and obviously it wouldn't be very good to lie on there or build sandcastles or whatever. So those areas were cordoned off, and what happens is that in the night when it gets dark and cool, the eggs hatch and then the turtles leg it like possessed down to the water. Because they have lots of natural predators, so they have to try and get away from them. And we haven't seen it happen, but we've seen there's a turtle rescue place there, and it's amazing. We did see some baby turtles that they had to sort of rescue from the beach, for one or another reason. I can't actually remember. But they are quite, it's quite an amazing thing. So maybe some of you have seen it for real. It must be amazing. Right, I am working quite a lot on these fins here now. I want them to be less fluffy and woolly. That I can tell you now is definitely something that would take a little while. So I will be moving on, but if you're making your perfect little turtle, you can get these parts of the wool really smooth by just persevering with a fine needle and tucking them away. If at the end of the day you've done as much as you can also use your very fine sharp scissors and trim some of the little wispy fibers off, but you definitely have to felt it down first really well. This is something you would do right at the end. I'm just demonstrating it to you so that you can do that. And then you've got lots of little green wispy, almost give your turtle a haircut. I noticed that one of the fins is a little bit big, so you can shrink the fins as well still by going sort of at a shallow angle into it and reducing the shape there. Wherever you stab the needle is where the reduction takes place. That's what you have to remember. And the direction of how you stab it is how the wool shrinks. So if you stab straight into it, it shrinks in that really short way. So it shrinks by felting closer together. But if you stab into it sideways or on the surface across along it, more at a shallow angle, that's the direction of that is where the wool will shrink. So that's a good tip to know if you ever need to make things smaller or you want to firm them up, but you also need to make them smaller at the same time. You can actually do that by using the needle and inserting it in a different, at a different angle and in a different way. Right, so let's move on. Before I move on, I'm just going to see what comments are being posted here. So what have we got? Oh my goodness, you're such a busy chat. Give us the thumbs up. I didn't realize so many of you have joined us since I first talked as well. Give us the thumbs up. There's way too few thumbs up at the moment. Please give us the thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel. And but right now you just need to click on that little thumbs up icon. That would be amazing. Oh gosh. So I've got lots of lovely retreaters who are watching here. So I'm going to show you that we actually have got the next winter retreat planned. This is happening again at the Wilderness Centre. It's going to be a winter one with winter scenes looking out onto the River Severn. That should be extremely interesting because you never quite know what you find. It might be a valley trenched in fog, or it could be amazing sunrises as you've seen them during the summer. In any case, the main thing is that we're all hunkered up down in the beautiful ballroom where we will be sitting together and we will be working on our fantasy horse. Now this could be a unicorn as posted. It could also be any of any other mythical, whatever horse you fancy. It's all going to be based on the same armature again, like we did with the Viking, but you could also make maybe a Pegasus, a Kelpie, an Aryan, and many more. I'm sure you can come up with lots of ideas. Now we'll be saying straight off that the accommodation is based on shared rooms. Okay, you're gonna have to at least share with one other person. This is the only way we manage it to do it at the Wilderness because we don't have enough rooms. We've got plenty of beds but not enough single rooms. However, you can be as far away as possible from the other person. Often the beds are laid out so that you don't even have to look at each other, but you will have to share a room, I'm afraid. Anyway, get in touch, info@themakers.co.uk. The retreat is from the 20th of January, which is a Friday, arrival in the afternoon, and then we work all day Saturday the 21st, and then you depart on Sunday in the afternoon. And lots can be achieved during that time, as you might have seen. If you have a moment, look at the creations that have been made by these wonderful artists that came to the Wilderness last month. And yeah, I'm still drinking up all the lovely and fond memories that I have got. So they're still nurturing me even now. Right. So what else have we got? Who else have we got here? I'm going to start reading from the bottom. Oh, Maria speaks Spanish, but I'd be honest, yes. Good day, maybe? I don't know. I don't speak Spanish. I see a lot of sea turtles when scuba diving, says Olga. Lovely creatures. Also seen one laying eggs on the beach in Suriname. Wow, that's amazing. Gemma says, my favorite beach is Sands. It was perfect when my brother, sister and me were children because the sea goes out for miles and it left huge pools. Perfect so we could play in the sea without danger. That reminds me very much of the island where I've just been to visit my sister in the North Sea, little island called Borkum, and the beaches, there are several different beaches, but the beaches is white sand, as white as you can imagine it, and the sea level, so the tidal range is very low, so you have a long shallow sea so you can actually play in the sea without feeling like the next minute it drops, so that is very good for children. But there are other beaches there as well. Catherine says, my favorite coast is not the one a couple of miles from me as it's all mud. I know exactly what you mean. I love the North Cornwall coast. Yes. I have actually managed to go to the beach that you are mentioning, Catherine, and not seen the sea at all. And when we arrived, I thought, that's pretty stupid. Why do all these cars park on the beach? You know, surely they don't want the tide to come in and they get caught out. Well, that's because the tide never made it as far up onto the beach, or the sea never did. So it is also known as it has another name that involves the word mud, but I can't think of it now. Oh, Catherine said, I'm out I'm all out on my days, but remembered it's Tuesday just in time. Oh, nice. Thank you for remembering us. Tina says it's certainly a packed fairy box, a whole month's worth of creativity. Very much enjoying making them. And just to let you know, somebody asked, and I'll emphasize this again, the fairy box is not one that you need to subscribe to. You can just buy a one-off box. So grab yours whilst they are hot. Once the month is up, we never know if we've got any left over or not, so you might miss out altogether. Karen says, wow, Sam, we had just come back from Newquay and watched my family do exactly the same. Ah, dear, this is what happens. Okay, right. My favorite seaside place is Cornwall. I've had some wonderful holidays there, especially watching my children learn to surf and standing up on their first lesson. Priceless experience. That is what Karen is referring to, that she's seen her family do exactly the same. Glorious beaches, lovely waves, and they do amazing hot chocolate on Fistral Beach. Well, I didn't know that. However, it's only glorious and amazing when the sun is shining, and I have seen many sides of Cornwall that I don't want to see again necessarily, and it's only weather related. So when you go on holiday to Cornwall and you're determined that it is a holiday, however the temperatures never get quite over 14 or 15 degrees, but because it's holiday you walk around in your shorts and t-shirt regardless to the temperature, because you're on holiday. And when you're on holiday in the summer you wear t-shirt and jeans, t-shirt and shorts, and yes, it's that kind of memory, or hunkered up in our tents when the rain is driving against it and you have sleepless night because the wind keeps you awake all night. Worse still, when your tent flies away. You have to have that too. Anyway, that's not the kind of beaches we're talking about today. Let's go back to the turtle, because the next thing that I need to do now is I need to open up this ring to make it a nice round shape like this. And now you're going to you push the top of the circle forwards and the flippers backwards, so that the circle overlaps the flippers slightly, so that the circle overlaps, so it's pushed back more like this. And now you are making a separate head. Take a pinch of the brown wool. There are two brown wools, but I'm assuming it's the larger quantity light brown wool. I'm making a note of the light, that's what the picture shows anyway, light brown wool, and fold the pinch in half so that all of the fluffy ends are on one side like this, so they're all on this side, and then roll up the wool, keeping all the fluffy ends on one side. So you're rolling it in from an angle, and now you lay the wool on your felting mat and you felt that bent end down. That is going to become the head. So I'm working on the head. I will definitely review these instructions for next summer and give you more of measurements and sizes and so on. It's quite funny to sometimes look back, and that happens to everybody. I'm sure that happens to you. You know, you learn all the time. If we didn't, then that would be sad, really. But we learn all the time. So what seems to have been great at one point, and then suddenly you move on, you think, oh, I could improve that actually. And it goes for needle felting as well. I often look at projects that I've done some time ago, and then I think, actually I could do this much better now. But that's the joy of progression and looking back and realizing how far you have come. So it's all positive. Any improvements is usually a positive thing, not a reason to beat yourself up that you haven't done well enough in the past. It's about recognizing that you've actually learned and you've moved on. So what you see me do now is I'm felting most of that quite solid. Love this hair brown wool. It really is so obliging, wanting to get felted into a 3D shape. So this is quite solid now, and the wispy ends are still unfelted, and now I'm opening these up. Take the head and spread out the loose fluffy ends, and they are now going to be put over. They are now going to be put over that circle, so that you can wrap them around it. So basically, I'm using these. I'm wrapping these around it. It's hard to show it, what it looks like, but I open it up again. So I've opened them up, and now I'm wrapping each side of it around that loop like this. Fold the loose fibers down over the shoulders first, then stab a few times to felt into place. Be careful not to hit the pipe cleaner with your needle, as it could break. So I've got to felt this down now, basically. Somehow trying not to lose. There we go. That's the shape I'm going for. Oh, it is hard to avoid the wire, but I am doing it. And also to wrap this around. Basically, I'm touching the head. I think that's the main thing that you need to sort of understand of what we're doing here. That's it. So it looks pretty similar here at the moment. Probably fold this up a bit more. There, felt these down. So the head seems to be quite solidly attached now, which is a good thing. Neaten it up a bit on the side here and on this side, and then fold in the remaining brown fibers around the circle. So I've got more fibers here, and so now I'm doing this. Stab the wool in the middle of the shell with a medium needle to firm it up. So I need to keep remembering what is the top and what is the bottom, but I'm a great believer of using always less is more. So I'm going to use smaller quantities and add more when necessary, just so that I don't lose the oversight of everything. But I'm folding it down around. I'm folding it around the pipe cleaner frame, and I'm stabbing it down from the inside first. So that is sort of, that's not by any means the remaining wool. That's just a lot of it, but not all of it. And then I can do the same stab down from the top. And now I'm going to repeat the process. Because I think you're also trying to build up more wool on that shell. On the back here, is it a shell? I think you call it a shell. That's bent my needle now. Once your needle is bent, it's hard to unbend it. You probably won't be able to because it will snap. Oh, it did a bit. But yeah, it's the beginning of the end of your needle, basically. I'm going to do some more of this now. So I'm doing this in stages rather than all at once. Felt it down at the bottom first to secure. And then I'm going to turn this over in a minute and felt from the top as well to neaten it up. So you should have quite a clear, neat edge between the flippers and the shell at the top. I might just go to my medium needle so I don't break my fine one altogether. So you're shaping the back of the turtle by stabbing into it, trying to avoid the wire and keeping it nice and round and shapely. Stab into the top as well and work your way around. I'm not sure I need all of that brown, but that's good because it's more to put in the stash. I do want to give that a bit more of a stab underneath. How does this look? So it is quite solid, but I feel like this is probably the most brown I want to use on here right now. So that's what it's meant to look like on the picture, and I think that's pretty much what it looks like on my mat here, that one and that one. And I'm going on to the next page, which is the final page. Take a little of the tan brown wool that you put aside and add a light dusting onto the flippers with your fine needle. Okay, so a little bit, I've still got some left over anyway. Just a little bit on here, fine needle, a little bit of a dusting. Color it in a bit. And then I'm going to do the same on the other. Just a tiny little bit. I just have to check. So take a ton of the brown. There's a spelling mistake there. I can't actually. Okay. I'm felting this down now. There we go. So a little bit of tan on each side, and now the back flippers. So there I've put this wool away. Take 2 pinches of green wool, 1 for each flipper. With your first pinch, fold the sides in and the top down to form a slightly square shape. Okay, split that in. So fold the top and the sides in, slightly square shape. Felt into this separately on your mat. Making slightly square shape. I mean, it's sort of square at the top, and then it's got wispy bits at the base. Lift it off, turn around, and I'm going to show you how to do this all over again by using the second flipper there. So you want to fold the top in and then the sides, so to make a square. Felt this down and turn it over and felt down again. I'm going to let you catch up making the flippers if you're felting along, the back flippers anyway. And I'm going to just see what else is happening here. One of the things that I wanted to share most definitely is that Robin is here. Today we were in the local press, which is delightful, because without a local community, where would we be? Nowhere. So Robin is definitely now being posted out. Loads of you have already shared it arriving in the post, and I've seen one made up. It's absolutely delightful. Remember to tag, it's a squiggly bit, so it's at Hello Robin Robin. Tag it on Facebook and on Instagram if you're posting this on your own timeline. If you're posting it in our group, it will stay in our group because obviously it's a private group, so nobody else will see what you've posted there. But do post it on your own timeline and share with Artman your creations. And the specific tag for Robin is at Hello Robin Robin. But you can also tag Artman, so it's at Artman with double A. And the kit is available to buy now. It is big. It's quite got a lot of stuff in it. Lots of things in there. And watch out for exciting opportunities for competitions and other things happening over the next couple of months to do with Robin. We will be taking her to the show that we're going to next week, which is the Festival of Quilts at the NEC. So if you want to see her for real, and I've got her here as well as a made up character, she is, yeah, she's quite a large needle felting project, and you can make her from top of the ears right down to the bottom of the toe from our kit, which is now available on our website. So don't delay, get on with that, and yeah, enjoy. And then of course the other thing I need to urge, stress for the last time, the puffin Zoom workshop has still got spaces available. We don't want to overfill it anyway, but it has got spaces available, and you can sign up for this on our website. You might just about have enough time to get it sent out abroad, but certainly in the UK you have enough time to sign up for it, and you get a pack with all the contents of you need to make the puffin. The only thing you need to provide yourself is glue and scissors and the usual stuff, but everything else, the legs, the florist tape, all the wool, the eyes, everything is in the pack, and I will be teaching you that at the end of August, sorry, end of August, and it is exactly these days. So it'll be the 30th of August from 6:30 until 8:30, pretty summertime in the evening. And it is also, that's for 2 hours, and then again on the 6th of September. So it's two 2-hour sessions with a little bit in between, so maybe for you to catch up, or if you want to do some homework, or yeah, something of that kind. And that's what I need to tell you. And whilst I'm talking to you, I'm messing around doing all the wrong thing here on my computer, but hopefully I find it all again. Oh dear, I've moved everything around. Never mind. It's time to do a blooper again. Haven't done one for a while. Right, let's finish off the flippers of this. I nearly said puffin. Puffins don't have flipper, of this little turtle, and attach them, because I think that's what we're doing next. Yes. So you can neaten these up a lot more, as you did with the flippers, with the front flippers, by using your fine needle and stabbing into the sides, defluffing them, and all the things that I've tried to show you with the front flippers, but that's something that can be refined later as well. And now you're going to attach them onto the tummy, so to speak, with them peeping out at the end. So you want to felt them down here. Use your medium needle for that too. Felt them down into the unfelted wispy bits. Now I know if I felt really deep into the body, the green wool will come out at the top. So try not to felt too deeply into these green wispy ends, because you get a green discoloration on the top of the shell. It's not a big deal if you've done it, just add a little bit more brown over it. There is plenty of brown in the kit to make sort of adjustments for it. And I do feel we need a little bit more on that shell here anyway. So even though I haven't gone over the sides, I'm going to make that shell a little bit rounder. There, build up a little bit more wool. So now the turtle has got flippers front and back. I'm just adjusting a little bit on top of the shell, and it needs to be felted down quite well. So again, you could use your fine needle and just keep persevering with this to get it nice and neat and firm. However, I don't want to do that for the next half hour, so do it at home. I want to move on to the next thing. And the next thing is that you're going to lay some of the brown wool on the tummy now to cover up the join. So good job I didn't use all the brown. Felt that down, tuck the green wispy fibers away. And so it's neat underneath as well. There's so much more felting you can do. I'm really stabbing this ever so fast. As you know, I am quite a fast crafter, but it is a lovely project. So it's worth spending time on it. And then you have to start adding sort of details. Now, where did I miss that you add green to the... Okay, so you don't have to, but you can add a little bit of green to the head of the turtle. So just as you did the dusting on the fins, you can do a similar thing on the head by adding a little bit of green. Let's do that. Just a little dusting on the head. Felt that down. Incidentally, if you like tortoises, there is a tortoise in the Making Needle Felted Animal book. So you know, we're doing right now we're doing a turtle, but if you do want to do a tortoise, the tortoise is here, and it has no wire in it, so you can needle felt a tortoise from the Making Needle Felted Animal book. If you wanted to try a different process, a different type of technique, you can do that from the Making Needle Felted Animal book. Right. A lot of what you're doing sort of with this now is neatening it up and adding the details. And some of the details is the patterning on the back of it, which potentially could take quite some time. So again, I might not finish all of that because I don't want to overrun. But I'll give it a start so you know where you're heading with this if you want to make it a start yourself and then finish it off in your own time later. I'm just neatening it up a bit, making sure the two fins are the same distance. Got a greeny head now, greeny brown head. I think the idea is that the brown shell has a neater edge here, so I can still do that. Adding a bit more brown here so that the head looks a bit more separate from the shell on top. There. And what you need to do now is you take a wisp of the dark brown Portuguese merino, which is this one here, tease it out into a long thin strand. Do it by teasing it out. And now you're going to use this to start needle felting a line onto the there, now I've got it. So you lay it out as you're felting it down. You keep going round the top of the shell. Wherever you stab in the shell, you probably have to stab. If you stab into the brown wool, you probably have to stab around it as well to even out any indentation. So this is where it pays off to have a tightly, solidly felted brown back of the turtle, so that you don't get too much of an indentation. And you felt that down, and then you're going to add shapes in between. Now I'm not going to add the shapes in between, but you are using the same brown and you're making So almost like little half loops like that. And then another one and another one. Let's just do one side. One going this way. So take your time if you are doing this and you want to do it properly. Take your time. So you're doing one here. And I'm stabbing all around all the time because it does make an indentation. And then you're going to do another one here. So that becomes part of the first one. So it's in effect a smaller loop. And then you're making another one, always just using wisps of this brown. You've got absolutely loads of that brown wool, more than you need, tell you now. So make another one here, right at the end. And then you're basically doing the same in mirror image on the other side, but at the top and at the bottom you've got two separate ones. So it's not as clearly visible as it is on this one. The hair brown is darker. It is a natural color, and it all depends how much sun the summer that the sheep were shorn has had. So if the wool is lighter, the wool has been bleached slightly. Anyway, so it seems like the wool the sheep has had, it's the same wool, it's just a different batch from a different year of shearing. And obviously this isn't felted down as smoothly, so it doesn't look as neat. So it is worthwhile neatening things out properly. But you're going to make the eyes by taking some of the black fibers, rolling them into a loose ball, and then position them on the side of the head with your fine needle and felt it into a little black eye. Like that. There are way too many, there's way too much wool for a lot of the details in there. So please don't get tempted to use it all if you're using our kit. And then you add a tiny little bit of white. I mean, that's all the white I'm using. You know, look, I've got 2 batches for 2 turtles. And then you just add a tiny little white reflection spot into the black eye there. When you do it, it looks wrong, but as soon as you've done it and then you look away and you look at it again, it looks just what it's meant to be, a reflection spot. And then you do the same on the other side. And I think Alicia can actually now draw a winner because we're coming to the end of this particular project. Ah, on cue, on cue. Okay, so we have a winner, and it's Jennifer H. Jennifer H. I think I don't want to say the full name, but I'm pretty certain it's H. Jennifer H. I'll just have a quick look if I can see that name pop up somewhere. But well done, Jennifer. All you need to do now is drop us an email at info@themakers.co.uk. Remember, makers is spelled with double S. And we will send you in return an email giving you the, oh my goodness, I've really messed that eye up. Okay, I'm going to have to do that again because I'm talking and felting at the same time. I'm just going to go over it because the eye just sank into the head. So no point pulling it out. It can just disappear underneath it. Oh, I love it that you can cover up all these things with needle felting. Yes, send us an email, and then in return we will come back and give you a code for a £15 voucher for our online shop. The code does not expire. You can use it on sale items, but you can't use 2 codes at the same time. But we do have a huge amount of items on sale, including, now this might not interest all of you, but including some peg dolls. Now you see, now I'm in trouble because I can't find the different screens. Oh, see what I'm doing? Dear, oh dear. Okay. There we are. That's what I'm looking for. Sorry. This is what I mean. I've got myself all confused with the different screens that I need to put up. Yes, so the peg dolls, that's what I'm trying to say. Peg dolls are all in the clearance sale. We are no longer stocking peg dolls once they're gone. It's just not, we've moved on. It's not viable for us anymore for one or the other reason. Some of you might be able to guess the reasons, but we don't need them. Don't need to stock them anymore, but we do need to get rid of them, and there's up to 60% discount on those as well. So if you know anybody who's into peg dolls, these are not the peg dolls you peg your washing up with. These are the wooden cones that stand up. Have I got any here? Oh yes, I happen to have one here. Excuse my shorts and bare legs. Here we go. That's the sort of peg doll I'm talking about, in all different sizes and shapes. We've got toadstool shapes as well. They're really lovely if you decorate them. You can paint them. You can dress them with felt as well. So yes, anyway, that is all in the sale as well. And now I have no idea if I've forgotten anything. I need to just have a quick look without messing my screen up again. Holiday mouse, we talked about the Zoom. Oh yeah, the Zoom puff. Oh yes, I do need to talk about this. So no, not that, but not that, but that. No, oh, it's the same thing. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Okay, just bear with me. What I do want to say is tomorrow, Wednesday, we have got a Zoom. Is that the same as that? Yes, it is. Something's gone really wrong. Tomorrow at Wednesday, we have got a Zoom Meet Joan Prowse the Artist coming up, which is at 6:30, and you can get, I can't get rid of this screen right now. I will be able to, just bear with me. You can get a Zoom link sent to you if you want to join us, me, her, to just ask questions, or just to check out what is it all about. Oh no, that's completely wrong. Oh, I'm so confused. I'm talking about the lion workshop now. Okay. Oh, why can't I just delete all of this? This is the trouble when you live. Can't do that. Okay, I'm talking about the lion. I'm obviously confused. This hot weather is getting to my head. The lion. You can meet Joan making the lion tomorrow at 6:30. You've got to come now. Come on, guys. This is got to help me out here with all the bloopers that I'm doing. Meet Joan, who will be teaching the lion workshop in September. I think yes, in September. Here we go. These are the details for what I'm talking about now. Meet Joan on Wednesday, the 10th of August, which is tomorrow at 6:30. Via Zoom, and she'll be there to talk to you about the workshop that she is running. There are two, in fact, in September, and there's definitely something's gone terribly wrong with all my thumbnails on this particular day. So I'm just going to shut up now and leave you alone. But thank you so much, everybody, for watching today. Thank you for giving us likes and thumbs up, but I still need to see more of those thumbs up, I think. And Rose says, thank you, Rose. We know what you're talking about. Well, I'm glad somebody does, because I don't. Oh my goodness. Yes, congratulations, Jennifer. On Thursday, obviously, it'll be somebody else. I think I've covered everything and more that I didn't need to cover. So I'm sure you all walk away with a 100% wonderful impression of me if you've ever watched me the first time. But trust me, it isn't always as bad as this. Right, that's all I've got to say. Thank you guys, and thank you for bearing with me. Love you lots. Bye.